The James Webb Space Telescope found something no one expected, and it shocked the entire space industry. With the help of the high-tech James Webb Space Telescope, scientists are looking for signs of life on a planet called Proxima b, which is far away from Earth. These lights could be the last and most convincing sign that life from another planet or galaxy lives on the planet. There are more than a quadrillion different planets in our own galaxy alone, so it's possible that one of the moons or planets in the system could be a good place for people to live. In other words, it's possible that there are intelligent aliens living there. People have been looking for life from other planets for a long time. Now that one of the Earth-like planets with the most mass and closest distance to Earth has been found, the James Webb Telescope will almost certainly answer all of our questions. We need to know what an exoplanet is before we can figure out what Proxima b is. Exoplanets are planets that live in other solar systems than our own. These planets move in strange ways, which makes them hard to track down. Before the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists didn't have a powerful telescope that they could use to look for these objects. They had to use many different methods, such as transit photometry and Doppler spectroscopy, to figure out what was going on. When you think about all of these things, Proxima b is one of the exoplanets that's closest to Earth. The distance between it and Earth is 4.24 light-years. Proxima Centauri is the name of a star that is closest to our solar system. It moves around another star called Proxima b. Scientists think that the planet Proxima b, which was found in 2016, is close enough to its star to be able to support life. There's a chance that some exoplanets, like Proxima b, hide alien life because they're too hard to find. But how is this planet different from the billions of other planets in the universe? To be more specific, it is artificial light that's to blame. Here you can see the man-made light source called Proxima b. When they heard that, the scientists were shocked. They started to think that there might be life on the dark side of the planet and that this life might be more technologically advanced than our own. How do they plan to study the planet outside of our solar system when it's so hard to find and it's so far away? I mean, it is light years away. It's possible because of the James Webb Telescope, which I'm sure most of you know about, but in case you don't, here's a short explanation. It's the biggest and most powerful space telescope that's ever been made. The main reason to use this telescope is that it can see clearly through haze and other things that happen in the air. The large mirrors that are covered in gold are what make the telescope work. They reflect the infrared rays, giving us a picture that's too complicated for us to understand. The Proxima b will be one of the first things that this telescope will be used to find. But the first problem is that for a planet to be considered habitable, its conditions need to be similar to those on Earth. So let's compare it to Earth and look at some of the interesting things about Proxima b. The size of Proxima b is 1.27 times that of Earth. Proxima b's sun is only about 4.6 million miles away, while our sun is 93 million miles away. It's now 5% as far away from itself as it is from our sun. Do today's top scientists think that there could be life on Proxima? Since Proxima Centauri is 4,000 times less bright than the sun, it is clear that we can't see it. Expert research shows that Proxima b's habitable zone makes it possible for water to exist on the planet's surface. They also show that there are landforms like mountains on the Earth's surface. At the moment, there are 4.24 light-years between Earth and Proxima. From Earth, the distance may seem far, but from space, it's about the same as living right next door. It's the last day of a cycle that's been going on for 11 days. Proxima b is moving at the same speed and in sync with the tides. In simpler terms, one side of Proxima b is always lit up, while the other side is always completely dark. It moves in a way that looks like how the moon moves when seen from Earth. You've decided that it would make a great exoplanet in the search for life beyond Earth. What kinds of research are being done to find out if there are aliens living on Proxima b or not? Researchers are working hard to find out if there's any artificial light coming from the surface of Proxima b or not. Another discovery detected. NASA's Webb telescope finds links between the near and far-away galaxies. A recent study of faraway galaxies seen by NASA's James Webb Space Telescope shows that they are very young and look like a unique type of small galaxies in our cosmic area. At the same time, we can link these galaxies from the beginning of time to similar ones nearby that we can study in much more detail. Astrophysicist James Webb presented the results at the 241st meeting of the American Astronomical Society in Seattle. On January 3rd, the astrophysical journal Letters published a report written by Rhodes about what they found. In 2009, volunteers in Galaxy Zoo, a project in which citizen scientists help discover galaxies in photographs, starting with those from the Sloan Digital Sky Survey, found and named galaxies that looked like green peas. Peas stood out as small, round, fuzzy dots with a distinctive green color. This was because different filters in the survey's composite images had different colors, and the galaxies themselves were of a certain kind. The green pea color of a galaxy stands out because a lot of its light comes from brightly lit gas clouds. Different gases give off light at different wavelengths, which is different from how stars do it. Peas are also small. They're about 5,000 light-years wide, which is about 5% of the size of our Milky Way galaxy. Konyo Kim, a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Cincinnati and a member of the team that did the analysis, said, "Peas are small, but their star formation activity is very high for their size, which makes their ultraviolet light very bright." Hubble's ultraviolet pictures of green peas and ground-based research on early star-forming galaxies show that they both have this trait. In July 2022, NASA and its Webb mission partners showed the world the brightest and the deepest image of this far universe that had ever been seen. The image showed hundreds of galaxies. The cluster's mass acts like a gravitational lens, magnifying and distorting the image of galaxies in the background. The weakest galaxies behind the cluster were a group of 3 small infrared objects that looked like distant cousins of green peas. The most far away of these 3 other galaxies were shown closer, which, in addition to the telescope's great abilities, was a big help from nature. Webb's near-infrared spectrograph was able to see both the cluster and the spectra of some of the galaxies in the scene. When Rhodes and his colleagues looked at these measurements and took into account how the expansion of space stretches wavelengths, they found that the typical features given off by oxygen, hydrogen, and neon were the same as those found in nearby green peas. When a star makes energy, it turns other elements like helium and hydrogen into much heavier ones. Then, when the star dies, it either explodes or sheds its outer layers. The heavier elements are mixed into the gas that forms the next generation of stars, and the cycle continues. Since the universe began, stars have been adding to it in a steady way. The Milky Way had 20% less oxygen than 2 Webb galaxies. Only 0.1% of the nearby galaxies that look like green peas were found by the Sloan survey. The third galaxy seemed different. They are young galaxies because they have a lot of young stars, a lot of hot gas, and not much from older stars. One of them has only 2% as much oxygen as our galaxy and may be the most chemically basic galaxy we've found. The European Space Agency asked Airbus Industries to make NIRSpec, about 500,000 tiny shutters let in or let out light. It can handle 100 spectra at the same time. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.